Hey everyone, Corey Henderson here. Today is the 13th of January 2016 on a Wednesday, and today we're going to go over Chapter 10, and, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. But first I want to tell you a little bit about my day. So one of the trainers, he ended up calling in sick, and he actually called the whole entire week off. So a lot of the clients that he had were put under me, and I've been training them, and it's a lot of fun. You get to meet tons of different people, and you also get to hear a lot of feedback on the different types of trainers and the difference between yours and somebody else's. Okay, and yesterday I had a client. Her name was Elizabeth. She was finishing using the rest of her mom's appointments, and she's a future trainer. So I felt really good to be able to be the one to extend to her and actually show her a little bit hands-on what it's like to be a personal trainer, and when it comes to training our clients. Because when we train our clients, we need to let them know what we're doing, why we're doing it, and the benefits of what they're going to have of it. Okay, so for example, they're doing leg step-ups. You know, they have their what is that thing called? The step box. Okay, they have their box, and they step up with one leg, and then they bring the other leg up. Okay, those are known as leg step-ups. Okay, so when they step up, you want to step with your heel, so they're putting a lot of emphasis on their glutes. Now, remember, your glutes are one of the main muscle groups in your body, so when you're working out your glutes, you're not only burning a heck of a lot more calories, but you're also getting your body to warm up quicker. The internal heat system that ends up burning a lot more of the what is this word? Excess stuff. You know what stuff I'm talking about. The fat that you don't want on your body, and that utilizing that. And also right after I was having him doing lunges and squats, you know, a lot of a circuit fashion. So it's you're putting your body through this circuit, this high intensity interval training, that for a certain amount of time you're going really hard, and for a short amount of time you're getting a little bit of rest. Okay, so we are utilizing their fat burning potential in the shortest amount of time, because we only have 25 to 30 minutes with our clients. And also we explain to them the importance of their nutrition. So let's say, for example, you, whoever's watching this, viewer, I will go ahead and put that. So viewer, say you're looking to get in better shape. Okay, you have to eat. You must eat. There was a lady, she didn't pass out, but she almost did. She was laying on the floor. And me being the trainer, we're very responsible for taking care of that situation. You know, we are the ones that are responsible for it, because it's essentially our gym. We have our regulars, we have our people that come in every day that you see every single day. You have to go up and meet them. You have to go up and get to know them. They're your regulars, even if they weren't your regular. Go up and meet them and introduce yourselves to them. You never know the relationship that you could build with specific people, and the types of characters you meet. I can't even begin to tell you, like, how many people I've met in these last 5 weeks of working as a trainer. But this lady, she didn't eat breakfast. What she had for dinner last night, she didn't even eat a whole lot, and what she ate wasn't even really that healthy. Okay, and she had a bean juice before she came. Excuse me, my throat's a little out of whack. You know, something ended up karate chopping me in the throat. You know, it wasn't anybody in particular. It wasn't anything physical. It was just something ended up getting in my throat, and it's like karate chopping me. You know, but us, we're fighting back. We're throwing a little bit of roundhouse kicks here and there. We're doing our best, because as a trainer, we need to be there for our clients. We need to be there for the people inside of the gym. Which is why I ended up getting some of the other trainers' clients, because he ended up calling sick, and even though I'm not at my top myself, I still went in and got the job done. But other than that, aside from that, this lady, she ended up eating breakfast. You have to eat before you go to the gym. Go for that banana, eat that apple. You have to give your stomach and your metabolism something, for your body something, so it could at least have some energy to burn inside the gym. Because this lady, she didn't even have the energy, well, first of all, to even go throughout their whole entire day. And second of all, she definitely doesn't have the energy to even be in the gym working out. She's basically exerting energy that she doesn't really have. And she was telling me how even when she was on the treadmill, she felt like throwing up. When she was doing some weightlifting, she felt like fainting. Those are the side effects of just not eating. And you have to eat right. Eat something that's good, that's actually healthy, and gives your body the adequate amount of energy for you to be able to push yourself 100% inside of the gym. And to add on top of that, always have your water with you. Always have your water with you. Excuse me, sorry. And with all that being said, I just thought I'd share with you a little bit of how the past few of my days have been going. They're starting to pick up, and it feels really, really good. And right now I just came back from the gym next to where my house is, because aside from work, I work at a LA Fitness, and I go to the gym next to my house. It's a 24-hour fitness. We had our yoga class today. We did our yoga, and a little one-on-one on yoga. Yoga is not an exercise. Okay, don't go there to exercise. Okay, it's there to stretch. You're there to stretch, and the poses also help clean out the energy systems of your body. You have 7 chakra systems. They're Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Visuddha, Ajna, and Sahasrara. These are the 7 chakra systems inside of your body, and they are the 7 energy centers of your body. The poses help open up and cleanse these energy centers, leaving you feeling more relaxed, alive, and active, and also bringing your mind and your body in line with each other, so you feel mental clarity and also a whole physical oneness, or that mystical oneness, which all people strive to achieve. And with all that, aside from all of that, let's go ahead and read our 10th chapter, and it's called The Further Use of the Will. And please excuse my voice. It's it's slowly getting better as the days go on. Okay. Further use of the will. You cannot retain a true and clear vision of wealth if you are constantly turning your attention to opposing pictures, whether they are external or imaginary. Do not tell of your past troubles of a financial nature. If you have had them, do not think of them at all. Do not tell of the poverty of your parents or the hardships of your early life. To do any of these things is to mentally class yourself with the poor for the time being, and it will certainly check the movement of things in your directions. Quote, "Let the dead bury their dead," end quote, said Jesus. Put poverty and all things that pertain to poverty completely behind you. You have accepted a certain theory of the universe as being correct, and you are resting all your hopes and happiness on its being correct. And what can you gain by giving heed to conflicting theories? Do not read religious books which tell you that the world is soon coming to an end, and do not read the writings of muckrakers and pessimistic philosophers who tell you that it is going to the devil. The world is not going to the devil, it is going to God. It is wonderfully becoming. True, there may be a good many things in existing conditions which are disagreeable, But what is the use of studying them when they are certainly passing away, and when the study of them only tends to check their passing and keep them with us? Why give time and attention to things which are being removed by evolutionary growth, when you can hasten their removal only by promoting the evolutionary growth as far as your part of it goes? No matter how horrible and seeming may be the conditions in certain countries, sections, or places, you waste your time and destroy your own chances by considering them. Excuse me, sorry. You should interest yourself in the world's becoming rich. Think of the riches the world is coming into, instead of the poverty it is growing out of, and bear in mind that the only way in which you can assist the world in growing rich is by growing rich yourself, through the creative method, not the competitive one. Give your attention wholly to riches. Ignore poverty. Whenever you think or speak of those who are poor, think and speak of them as those who are becoming rich, as those who are to be congratulated rather than pitied. Then they and others will catch the inspiration and begin to search for the way out. Because I say that you are to give your whole time and mind and thoughts to riches, it does not follow that you are to be sordid or mean. And I want to repeat the sentence before that one. Okay. Whenever you think or speak of those who are poor, think and speak of them as those who are becoming rich, as those who are to be congratulated rather than pitied. Then they and others will catch the inspiration and begin to search for the way out. It is only through inspiration that people will actually take the initiative to doing things for themselves. Like being healthy, getting healthy. Most people start looking to get healthy because they're inspired by somebody else. Most people do that. It's true there are some people, and those are the go-getters. Those are the real lions at heart that go out and do it for themselves because that is what they desired for themselves. But even then, too, they seen somebody that was already there, and they already knew that they could be there too. They had that vision. They seen themselves as being that healthy. They seen themselves as having that level of fitness within themselves, and they desired it so to have it that they were able to push beyond those limits. They were able to push beyond those times where they didn't even want to go. They ended up going anyway because they had that burning desire to make it happen. Like he said, people don't need charity. They need inspiration. Because I say that you are to give your whole time and mind and thought to riches, it does not follow that you are to be sordid or mean. And to become really rich is the noblest aim you can have in life, for it includes everything else. On the competitive plane, the struggle to get rich is a godless scramble for power over other people. But when we come into the creative mind, all this is changed. All that is possible in the way of greatness and soul unfoldment, of service and lofty endeavor, comes by way of getting rich. All is made possible by the use of things. If you lack for physical health, you will find that the attainment of it is conditional on your getting rich. Only those who are emancipated from financial worry and who have the means to live a carefree existence and follow hygienic practices can have and retain health. Moral and spiritual greatness is possible only to those who are above the competitive battle for existence, and only those who are becoming rich on the plane of creative thought are free from the degrading influences of competition. If your heart is set on domestic happiness, remember that love flourishes best where there is refinement, a high level of thought, and freedom from corrupting influences, and these are to be found only where riches are attained by the exercise of creative thought, without strife or rivalry. You can aim at nothing so great or noble, I repeat, as to become rich, and you must fix your attention upon your mental pictures of riches, to the exclusion of all that may tend to dim or obscure the vision. You must learn to see the underlying truth in all things. you must see beneath all seemingly wrong conditions the great one life ever moving forward towards fuller expression and more complete happiness. It is the truth that there is no such thing as poverty, and there is only wealth. Some people remain in poverty because they are ignorant of the fact that there is wealth for them, and these can be best taught by showing them the way to affluence in your own person and practice. Others are poor because, while they feel that there is a way out, they are too intellectually indolent to put forth the mental effort necessary to find that and by travel it. And for these the very best thing you can do is to arouse their desire by showing them the happiness that comes from being rightly rich. Sorry. Others still are poor because, while they have some notion of science, they have become so swamped and lost in the maze of metaphysical and occult theories that they do not know which road to take. They try a mixture of many systems and fail in all. For these, again, the very best thing to do is to show the right way in your own person and practice. An ounce of doing things is worth a pound of theorizing. The very best thing you can do for the whole world is to make the most of yourself. You can serve God and man in no more effective way than by getting rich. That is, if you get rich by the creative method and not by the competitive one. Another thing trying to clear our throat as much as possible, because as we talk and as we read, all my phlegm kind of comes back, and I feel like, yeah, you get the point. Anyway, another thing, we assert that this book gives in detail the principles of the science of getting rich, and if that is true, you do not need to read any other book upon the subject. This may sound narrow and egotistical, but consider, there is no more scientific method of computation in mathematics than by addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. No other method is possible. There can be but one shortest distance between 2 points. There is only one way to think scientifically, and that is to think in the way that leads by the most direct and simple route to the goal. No man has yet formulated a briefer or less complex system than the one set forth herein. It has been stripped of all non-essentials. When you commence on this, lay all others aside. Put them out of your mind altogether. Read this book every day. Keep it with you. Commit it to your memory. And do not think of any other systems and theories. If you do, you will begin to have doubts, and to be uncertain and wavering in your thought, and then you will begin to make failures. After you have made good and became rich, you may study other systems as much as you please, but until you are quite sure that you have gained what you want, do not read anything on this line but this book, unless it be the authors mentioned in the preface. Remember, the authors that he mentioned was Hegel and Emerson. And read only the most optimistic comments in the world's news, those in harmony with your pictures. Also, postpone your investigations into the occult. Do not dabble in theosophy, spiritualism, or kindred studies. It is very likely that the dead still live and are near, but if they are, let them alone. Mind your own business. Wherever the spirits of the dead may be, they have their own work to do, and their own problems to solve, and we have no right to interfere with them. We cannot help them, and it is very doubtful whether they can help us, or whether we have any right to trespass upon their time if they can. Let the dead and the hereafter alone, and solve your own problem. Get rich. If you begin to mix with the occult, you will start mental cross-currents, which will surely bring your hopes to shipwreck. Now, this and preceding chapters have brought us to the following statement of basic facts. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought, in this substance, produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. Man can form thoughts in his Man can form things in his thought, and, by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. In order to do this, man must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. He must form a clear mental picture of the thing he wants, and hold this picture in his thoughts with a fixed purpose to get what he wants, and the unwavering faith that he does get what he wants, closing his mind against all that may tend to shake his purpose, dim his vision, or quench his faith. And in addition to all this, we shall now see that he must live and act in a certain way. Now that is seen in chapter 10, in the further use of the will. Now, this book is really awesome. We've actually read it several times. We listened to it for a while on YouTube. There was a channel, actually many channels. And, we decided to try to do something a little bit different, to actually read it hands-on to you guys, and actually give you someone to see doing it instead of just listening to it through an audio. And, these books are gold. And yeah, with that being said, that's the end of chapter 10. And I'll see you on chapter 11, and we'll go over that in another time. And if you watched this video and made it to the end with me, thank you for watching. You are awesome, and I want to salute you for taking the initiative of actually, getting attacked by the hiccups. They just happened to be at the end of the video too. Taking the initiative of actually seeing what this has in store for us, me and you, because viewer, we are the lights of the world, you and me, and together we can make a difference. But it starts with you, and it starts within. And, with that being said, I'll see you on the other side of the galaxy. Take care.